Today's video, I have an interesting story to tell you. Actually, to speak the truth, reality of life is totally different. If you read a story, suppose you are given a book and you read a story, you it doesn't mean that you will learn the real meaning of the story. Maybe you will get a clear picture. You can understand what happened in the story. You can understand the characters and their reaction to certain things that happen in the story. But the reality, why the story was written. If you want to know why the story was written, knowing what is the reason behind the composition behind the creation of the story, uh, actually you will be very happy to know that. Our duty, if you are a student today and if you are willing to know more about the real world, understood, real world is totally different from the imaginary world. The world of imagination is totally different from that of the world of reality. And the writer, actually, Morley Callaghan, wants us to get a real picture of life, the reality, the real problems of real life. Our the people in this world are full of problems, understood, but do the problems destroy people? No. Actually, those who live in this world have to see, life as a battlefield. The problems in your life make you see your life as a battlefield. That's how happened in this story. And this is the story that gives us a very beautiful description of our mothers. I don't know, today is not a Mother's Day. I must say, if you want to understand a mother, you need to read this story. You need to understand this story. What do our mothers do for us? The things that our mothers do for us is beyond imagination. Let's go to this story actually. In this story, a mother means, name of the mother is, Mrs. Hagen. Understood? He is wife of Mr. Hagen. He is, and she is, sorry, she is mother of, what is that name of that boy? Alfred Hagen. Okay. Alfred Hagen is such a boy who is a youth, and he leads a life which is full of happiness. He spends most of his time with his friends and spends a lot of money. But the thing is that boy is not aware of the reality of life. If you are a little boy, if you are a son or daughter or something like that, if you make mistakes, if you do something bad, understood, if you do not lead your life the way your parents want, you don't understand the impact of your bad deeds, bad actions. If you are destroying your life, if you are disturbing the people in the society, every bad thing that you do has impact on your parents. They come to know about it, they feel sad, and they sometimes say, is this the day on for which I am still alive? This is how actually we sadden our parents. Parents never want us to be bad, but it is we who actually sadden them. If we think of what our parents did for us, we will stop doing the bad things. When they raise us, understood, with their love and care, they never think of bad things that after we grew into a youth, understood, and if we do some things that actually sadden our parents, parents automatically feel sad. They think that it is not what I expected, because I have given him everything that he wanted as a baby, as a boy, as a girl, as a child, understood, as I fulfilled all her wishes, understood. I was not supposed to see what he is doing today. I was not supposed to expect him to do things that actually make me sad. And actually, the real problems that, the real problems that out of these two persons living in our family, like father and mother, mother faces the music. She actually experiences the action of your bad deed. She experiences the impact of your bad actions. If you are a son, daughter, if you are doing something bad outside, if you are making people sad, if you are disturbing people, if you are disturbing the society. Understood? So this boy, this little boy, Alfred Hagen, he worked in many companies, stores, or many places. But unfortunately, this boy was fired. Fired means he was, not allowed to continue those jobs. They was fired from those previous jobs. Now he is working with Samcar. Samcar is the owner of a drugstore. But what he does, Alfred, he every day he has a habit of stealing something. He keeps something in his pocket and goes out of the stores. And one day, Mr. Carr decided to stop him. He said, Alfred, stop. Why, sir? Then he told him, empty your pocket. I want to see what you have taken or what you have kept in your pocket. As soon as he was told, he was left with no alternative except to take out those things. Toothpaste, understood? Brush, and all these eye articles which he should not have stolen. Then he said, it's okay. How long have you been doing this? Then he kept quiet. He said, all right, I want to talk to your father. Alfred said, my father is now not at home. He has gone to his work. He's in his office. Okay, call your mother. I want to talk to her about the problems that you are creating or that you are understood. So I want you to please call your mother. When his mother was called, Alfred, her mother was left with no alternative except to come to that particular drugstore. Then Mr. Sam Carr took it off with Alfred's mother, Mrs. Hagen. He told everything. He discussed the problems at length with her. Then Mr. Sam Carr told Mrs. Hagen, Mrs. Hagen, see, I want your son, understood, to go to the police station to explain why he has been doing it, or I want him to go to jail for the bad deeds he did. Then Mrs. Hagen convinced him or made him understand that actually sending him to jail or handing him over to the policeman is not a solution to the problem, is not a permanent solution to the problem that he experiences. Think what he can think of a permanent solution to the problem. Actually, this is a psychological problem that he suffers from. Maybe we have a lot of problems that there are psychological problems are those that we cannot free ourselves from generally, and you can free yourself from those sort of problems only if you have a guidance, understood? If you have good guidance. Actually, he need counseling and all. And after Mr. Sam Carr got convinced by the advice of Alfred's mother, and actually he decided not to hand him over to the police. Then Mr. Sam Carr allowed him to go back to his house with his mother. While coming back to the house, and Mrs. Hagen, means Alfred's mother, didn't forget to thank him for what he did. Then Mrs. Hagen took him to the house. On the way, he thanked his mother for what she did. Then she looked cold, composed, very ordinary, easy, and very cool. Alfred, after they have reached home, thought of apologizing for what he had done again. His mother said, keep your mouth shut, never take it up with your father when he comes. If you have done, and you every time you do things like that, you always sadden me. You have not yet given up your bad habit. Now you do one thing, go upstairs, change your dress and take rest. While taking rest, or after getting into a new dress and taking rest, it seems to Alfred that as if mother was doing something downstairs, and he decided to come to see what his mother was doing. He came and saw his mother making herself a cup of tea and taking the cup of tea. Then Alfred saw his mother's hands trembling, shivering or trembling. Trembling means, trembling uh, with fright, with fear. And then Alfred now realizes the impact of the bad deeds, of the bad actions, of the harm he had indirectly done to her parents, to at least his mother. Sorry, his mother. If the children do something, and if they think that our bad actions do not have any impact on our parents, that is wrong. Now his mother, it seems as if his mother totally changed. Now it seemed to him as if she is an old lady shivering with fear of death. And from that day, he decided not to do the same thing again. That sight of sadness, understood? The sight that he saw of his mother with a cup of tea, the tea, her hand was trembling with the cups, understood? With the cups, throwing out, some tea out of it. And this actually shocked him. It shocked him so much, and he shocked him beyond imagination. And that day, that boy Alfred changed into a new man, because his youth was over. Actually, as long as we are youth, understood, we live our life like we are jovial fellows, like we feel as if we are birds flying in the sky. We feel like we can feel free to do whatever we want. But when you mature your feelings, understood, when you change yourself into a man, understood, then you are free from the problems or the troubles of your youth. And that day, that child actually gave him freedom from the problems and from his previous life. Now that day only he was succeeded in getting over his youth and changed into a man, a completely different man. Understood? This is why, you have to understand, this story is the best story, isn't it? It talks about the psychological, picture, understood, the psychology of life. And it also gives us a clear picture of how our parents, understood, feel when we did a bad action, when we play with their life, with their prestige, with their with their with their dreams that they actually set for us. With this, we come to the end of this class, and if you have liked my class, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope you must not hesitate to give me a like. Bye.